for people, free thinkers and truth seekers. I wanted to get into this because I did talk about this during my latest live stream, and I wanted to showcase the fact that this paperwork is still public. Actually, they purposely made this paperwork public. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to let RFK Jr. explain it to you, and then I'm going to be going over the paperwork.
Say one other thing. President Harris said today in her post, in her speech, she said that President Trump was going to turn the U.S. military against the American public and use the public to promote his agenda. How many of you think that is true? Well, what's interesting to me is that the Biden-Harris administration has done something 2 weeks ago that has never been done in American history, which is to send exactly lethal force, to send a directive to the Pentagon, changing the law to make it legal for the U.S. military to use lethal force against American citizens on American soil. Technically, now it's legal for the U.S. military, under this directive, it will become legal for the U.S. military to shoot and kill Americans who engage in political protest because they disagree with policies of the White House. I'm not making this up. Any of you can look it up. This is a Democratic initiative. This did not come during the Trump administration. This did not come from Donald Trump. It came from the Democratic Party. And that's why I left the Democratic Party.
This happened not too long ago, back at the tail end of October. I wanted to mention this to you guys because here we are, crunch time, and this was actually passed. The document that he's referring to, it was passed on September 27th of this year. It is called the DOD directive. So they're going to nickname it DOD, or abbreviate it rather, DODD 5240.01. And this can be pulled up, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, I'm going to point out something I find very concerning. Before I do that, let me play Joe
through this new martial law thing.
Yeah.
This is very disturbing. Jamie, please Google this so we can find out what the actual law states. But it's
now he's
DOD
calling it
Directive
martial law.
5240.01, giving the Pentagon power for the first time in history to use lethal force to kill Americans on U.S. soil who protest government policies.
What are they expecting?
5250.01, sounds right?
Is that what it is?
Sorry.
Did I tell you what it is? I'm sorry. 5240.01 DOD directive. This is from RFK Jr. Posted this on Twitter, and I'm finding out about it because people are blowing me up about it. That's fucking terrifying. That is a terrifying thing to push through for the first time in U.S. history, giving the military the ability to shoot.
Now, let me stop it right there because
terrifying. That is a terrifying thing to push through for the first time in U.S. history, giving the military the ability to shoot.
Now, let me stop it right there because it's been that way for quite a while, and I believe people don't know that. But I'm going to refresh your memory here. Let me bring this up. All right, so here we are, the DOD Directive 5240.01. The DOD intelligence and intelligence-related activities and defense intelligence component assistance to law enforcement agencies and other civil authorities. Now, when I scroll down some, you're going to notice that it says September 27th, 2024 is when it came into effect. And if you look at the purpose, it says it implements executive orders, a few of them, 1, 2, 3, and Title 50. No, correction, 1, 2, and then Title 50. And it establishes policy and provides direction for DOD intelligence and intelligence-related activities, in which they said in the title. And it assigns responsibilities and provides guidelines for defense intelligence component intelligence assistance to law enforcement agencies and other civil authorities. So in other words, they are going to be directing them at what to do. Now, if we scroll back up a little bit, what I find very important here is that the DOD Directive 524001, and which I want to mention is that it was this is basically a reissue of the August 27, 2007 version of this document, which Bush had a part of this. Donald Trump, believe it or not, actually brushed up on this document as well, but not to this extent where they added, and I'm going to go here and show you down where it says 3.3 levels of authority. Let me show you something really quickly. I'm going to skip up so you won't have to worry about me scrolling. Okay, so right here where it says levels of authorities, the defense intelligence components may provide personnel to assist a federal department or agency, including a federal law enforcement agency or a state or local law enforcement agency, when lives are in danger or in response to a request for such assistance in accordance with the following approval authorities. Now, I want to come down to where it says, okay, it says Secretary of Defense approval. Right here is what I want to mention, and I find it kind of disturbing, okay? Assistance in responding with assets with potential for lethality or any situation in which it is reasonably foreseeable that providing the requested assistance may involve the use of force, listen, that is likely to result in lethal force, including death or serious bodily harm or injury, rather. It also includes all support to civilian law enforcement officials in situation where a confrontation between civilian law enforcement and civilian individuals or groups is reasonably anticipated. Okay, so like foreseeable, that's the reason why they use this, because they're talking about any future incidents that they feel as though confrontations will arise. And of course, that will be a form of martial law, but not all the way here. It's just more so they're trying to take action. Now, this has been implemented. Now they're going to take action if they feel as though something is wrong, especially when the confrontation arises. It says use of such force must be in accordance with the DOD D 521056, potentially as further restricted based on the specifics of the requested support. So they still have restrictions, but it is now close and personal, and they're getting down to it. Whatever it is, you know, that happens, like a confrontation, maybe like a riot, for example, like all that stuff that we saw with Black Lives Matter, rioting, looting, and stuff like that. They're trying to prevent all of that if something was to happen during this election. That's the reason why they posted that September 27, 2024 into effect, actually, because it came into effect on that date. So, yeah, I mean, the only thing that it points at realistically is the election. You know, how is this going to go as far as who's going to win? Who knows? Are they planning on doing some cheating type of thing? Who knows? I mean, they did it last time. So, you know, I'm not going to put it past them. You know, once a cheater, always a cheater, especially when they never admitted that they cheated. So, and look, and I wasn't even for, you know, any one of the candidates, Biden and Trump at that time. And I was like, damn, y'all really did some cheating right there, though. But they can't do the exact same thing this time around. So let's be on the lookout for what they're going to do. Here it is. They don't have that much time left. And let's see, you know, I see a lot of people are, as far as states are concerned, are accepting voters who are undocumented. I don't like that at all. I mean, that's kind of, is that the reason why y'all were keeping the borders open this entire time? Like, that's kind of, I don't like that. But people are still going to vote for her. People are still going to vote for him. You know, whatever your choice is, I just want you guys to make sure that it doesn't get to the point of, like, if you think the election was stolen or whatever,